Steve Cardenas, aka Rocky the Red Power Ranger, and you are watching Smart Tank Revolution.
Welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, flying solo today, Mr. Donnie Wonderful, aka Big Time Donnie. And to all my Smart Tank Revolution supporters, I have a challenge for you. I was just thinking about this. Plug this mic on. I'm in the office. Goes to show how much I think of you all. But I have a challenge for you all. Name me an Intercontinental Title match that was better than Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect SummerSlam 1991. Name it. You go ahead and name it. I don't know why I was thinking of this, but that was literally the greatest. Actually, I do know. Okay, so the crux of this thought came from watching Wrestling Bios. Shout out to Wrestling Bios on YouTube. Go check out their channel. Their content is amazing. So they did a fan vote on the best top 10 SummerSlams. And when SummerSlam 1991 came up, he mentioned that it had Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, arguably the greatest Intercontinental Championship match ever. And I agreed with him, not because I'm a Bret Hart mark, but literally, like, I remember, like, that was, well, I guess it's more of a nostalgia for me because that was the first pay-per-view I've ever seen on the WWF at the time. That I've seen live. I wasn't there, but I remember, all of us over a friend of mine, Jerome's house in the basement, and there had to be about, like, good Lord, there was about 15 of us. And we watched that pay-per-view. I remember someone taped it and that tape circulated around. I still have that tape on VHS today. And that was the match that I watched the most. That in the jailhouse match, but I'm not gonna get off topic here. I'm gonna try to stay on point. But Mr. Perfect versus Bret Hart, great build up. These were wrestlers. Mr. Perfect, yes, Kurt Hennig had that gimmick of being perfect, but he was presented as a wrestler, very athletic, oversold, but oversold to a let's see. It wasn't to the point of where it looked silly, you know. It wasn't SummerSlam 2005 Shawn Michaels Hulk Hogan overselling. It wasn't even The Rock overselling the stunner or the people's elbow. It had his purpose. It made its point. But it still falls under the line of overselling, but it worked. And it worked even in this match. The kicks to the leg. I mean, I said, hey, listen, Brett should have been a soccer player the way Mr. Perfect was doing the backflips after the kicks to the leg. But yeah, you had Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, a wrestler, the singlet, everything worked out. His finishing move, the perfect plex, a suplex pin, everything about that man said, I am wrestling. And then, of course, the greatest wrestler to ever lace a pair of boots, in my opinion, and I've told him that to his face himself. That story's somewhere on this channel. You got to go find it. So when those two lock up, it was a great pair, great chemistry, and to think that their King of the Ring match that happened 2 years later would be better than that. So, as I'm thinking, right, one of the best ways to find comparable matches, and I'm gonna try to do some of this for you all. One of the best ways to find comparable matches for the Intercontinental title that were just as good, because it's only going to be just as good. I don't think you're going to find one better. Is to look at some of your classic world champions and just look at their Intercontinental title reigns. Now we can already eliminate Hulk Hogan. Technically he did wrestle for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 6. It was title for title. But there's no Intercontinental title reign for Hulk Hogan. There is no Intercontinental title reign for John Cena, surprisingly. There is no Intercontinental title reign for The Undertaker. Whew, thank God. Because good Lord, I mean, like, Undertaker's had some classic matches and classic feuds with just about everybody. Um, Shawn Michaels. Okay, we all talk about this ladder match, WrestleMania 10. Okay, there was the ladder. You know, now I don't think that was a better wrestling match than Mr. Perfect versus Bret Hart. There were great spots, showed off Shawn Michaels' athleticism. I agree that ladder match and the SummerSlam, damn, the SummerSlam '95 ladder match, cool. They're good. They're great. I love them. But there wasn't a better wrestling match than Perfect versus versus Hart. Um, man, can we do Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper, WrestleMania 8? That was a great story. I think that story in itself was it had more drama and more climax, but was it better? I don't think it was better. I don't think it was I don't think it was mind you, Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect wrestled that match on a bad back. And if you haven't read Bret Hart's book, biography, My Real Life in the Cartoon World of Wrestling, he talks about that SummerSlam 1991 match and how much he was appreciative for Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig putting him over. Yeah, let's see. Bret Hart versus Davy Boy, SummerSlam 1992, the year after. Um, Great match, not better than Mr. Perfect Bret Hart. Telling you, telling you, I challenge anybody, all of our subscribers, supporters, and beyond. I need name me an intercontinental title match that was better than Bret and Mr. Perfect. The name that WWE refuses to mention, and with I guess just cause. Um, Chris Benoit, Chris Benoit, Chris Jones. No, 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 no. Wait, wait. So Kurt Hennig. Oh man, who did Kurt Hennig? I can't think of who he beat for that Intercontinental Championship. Um, well, if I can't remember, it wasn't as great because I'll tell you what, I never forgot about Mr. Perfect versus Bret Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna cut it short here, and I challenge you all in the comment section. Light that comment section up. Here are the marching orders. All right. First, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, please, and thank you. Like the video. Boost our numbers, and then share it to some of your wrestling fanatics and smarks. And most importantly, well, I mean, it's all important, but engage in that comment section. Let me have it. Let me know what and who had a better Intercontinental title match that was superior, was greater than Mr. Perfect versus Bret Hart in SummerSlam 1991. I dare you. I dare you. I Let the pandemonium begin.